Hey, I'm Nikki. Welcome back to the Chicken Support Insights podcast, where we help you raise strong, productive backyard flocks with confidence. I'm here with Matt. Today we are getting into planning egg production, not just picking breeds, but actually figuring out how many eggs you need and how to build a flock that supports that. All right, let's get into it. So, Matt, what is the biggest mistake people make when planning for egg production?
Okay, so the biggest mistake people make when planning for egg production is that they choose chicken breed first without thinking about how many eggs they actually need. So people usually focus on looks, temperament, or what's popular instead of starting with the goal of egg output. So the issue is that egg production varies a lot between breeds. So, for example, high production layers like the leghorn chickens, those breed are specifically to lay a large number of eggs consistently.
Correct.
But dual purpose breeds like Orpingtons, Sussex types are more moderate layers because they're also bred for traits like calm temperament and hardiness. So people often end up either overestimating how many eggs a small flock will produce or underestimating how many birds they actually need to meet their needs. So at the end of the day, it's less about picking the best breed and more about planning your egg goals first than choosing the right mix of breeds and flock size to match that.
Exactly. Thank you for that information. And you're exactly right, because a lot of people assume that all chickens lay the same and you'll get the same amount. So great information.
If you want to learn more about what breeds are the best egg layers, we have created a guide that ranks breeds according to egg laying productivity. The article in the description. So, Nikki, how do you figure out how many eggs your household actually needs?
Well, simply put, you will need to figure out how many eggs you actually eat per day or week. A lot of people will often overestimate, thinking they will need a ton, or underestimate, thinking they won't need that many. You will definitely need to take time and actually figure out how much you actually need, like for when you eat breakfast or lunch or dinner, or how much you use them for cooking or baking. And another thing to keep in mind is one hen lays roughly about 4 to 6 eggs per week, and then four about 16 to 24 weekly. And it is okay to plan slightly above your needs if you're planning on giving some to friends or family and to plan ahead for seasonal dips.
Right. I mean, that's where people either fall short or end up with way more eggs than they expected.
All right. And how do breed choices impact consistency, not just total egg numbers?
Okay, so breed choice affects more than just how many eggs you get, and it also affects how steady those eggs come. So high production breeds like the leghorn chickens are great layers, but they're more active and a bit more sensitive to stress and change. That can sometimes mean their laying isn't always as steady if things in the environment shift. Then you've got breeds like Australorp chickens and Rhode Island Red, which are more balanced. Like they still lay well, but they tend to be calmer and more consistent overall in a backyard setup. And even with the best breeds, things like feed, weather, lighting, and stress still matters a lot. So output can swing no matter what you choose. So at the end of the day, consistency is usually more useful than chasing the absolute highest egg numbers.
Exactly. It's not just about that top number. It's more about what actually works long term for your goals.
Especially if you're managing them day to day. So, Nikki, what role does care and setup play in maintaining egg production?
Chickens are sensitive to their environment. If something feels off, then production will fall. They need enough space. Overcrowding can lead to stress, pecking, and less laying. Hens need enough room to roost, lay, and move. If nesting boxes are dirty, too bright, or disturbed, laying can be delayed or stopped. Consistent food, clean water regularly are important, as well as proper lighting. Early chick care and proper nutrition is a big one that impacts long-term productivity. You need that brooder heated correctly from the start. Make sure it's big enough for all of your chicks. Make sure it stays clean and dry regularly and maintained daily.
So, even the best breeds won't perform if the setup isn't right.
Right. It all works together.
Hopefully, this gives you a clearer way to think about egg production, not just which birds to buy, but how to actually plan your flock. So take a minute to figure out how many eggs you need each week and build from there. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.